no numbers, there's no pictures, there's no videos, there's no gameplay. I don't like it.
Yo, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope everyone's having a good day so far. And today, Freemers, we are back with another Palia lore reading. This time around, we are going to be concluding the Enfields story with Amadeus. Amadeus being the highest, leading sibling of all the siblings. Now, what's interesting about each of these lore entries throughout all the Enfields, the further we get up the ladder of the food chain of the siblings, the shorter the lore entries get, because Aloyne had the most with 16, then it went down to 14 with Bellefontaine, then it went down to 12 or 10. I think it went down to 12 with Bellefontaine, 10 with Hallward, and then now it's 8 with Hallward, so, or with Amadeus. So it's interesting that the lore readings get shorter the further we go down the list. But anywho, let's just get into it, man. This is the finale of the Enfields. Let's do it up. So, we got a letter from Hallward. Amadeus, father noticed you missing from the evening social hour again. If you keep this up, you'll lose even your second place spot. And fix your laboratory security. The brazier order is laughably easy to find. All I had to do was look up. Howard. So this is like him giving a nod to how to get into Amadeus's vault. So it's interesting. But yeah, let's keep going here. A father's letter. My dear boy, the lab reports from your dear brother Howard's passing came back, and they found there was a curious bit of adder venom mixed in with his daily hydroflow regimen. How did it get there? Who's to say? Perhaps his luck just ran out. But you, my dear boy, always seem to make your own. Regardless, this unfortunate event, mixed with Bella's dismissal by her own monstrosity, makes you the heir apparent to my fortune. So, it's interesting here, so Hallward's passing. So, yes, Hallward did die. That was clearly obvious. But this is a letter from Major Domo Enfield, his father. So Amadeus is close with his dad, which is interesting. But it seems like Amadeus killed Hallward, which is insane. So someone, it could have been Amadeus, but I feel like they're close. But I think Bellefontaine might have killed Hallward. It's not clear, but something killed Hallward, so maybe it wasn't his own hydroflow regimen through testing, but there was a bit of venom added in there. That's interesting. So it seems like Amadeus is now the heir apparent to the throne, which is cool. But it seems like Amadeus always makes his own luck, but let's keep going with this entry. I will write not to congratulate you, but to impress upon you the importance of your role as head of the family. Your work must be above scrutiny. I cannot tell you how many people I've had to deal with writing to me about the death of their loved one due to Hal's serum or Bella's monsters. Use the gift of echo to influence machines as I have, not living things. You must control it before it controls you. Major Domo Enfield. P.S. Please don't die stupidly. Can you imagine the embarrassment of having Aloyne as my sole heir? I shudder to think. So, it's interesting that, so someone has died to Hal's serum or Bella's monsters, which is just insane to me. And it says, please don't die stupidly. So, basically, Amadeus was given the power to control the Galders, which is interesting. And he's the master of the Pyroflow Vault, so... Yeah, but yeah, please don't die stupidly, because if we look into the lore we've read so far, Aloyne died by addiction, Bellefontaine died by creation, and Hallward died by his own work. So it's it's wild what each of the Enfields have died by. We don't even know how Amadeus dies, but maybe he didn't die stupidly, maybe he died heroically. We don't know. But this is the only entry we get for Major Domo Enfield, as far as I know. his character has no backstory, no lore at all. All we know is he's the father of all the children. So I don't know why we didn't get any lore entries with Majordomo Enfield. Maybe there's a reason. Maybe there's more to his story than we realize. Maybe there will be an update that clarifies his story. I don't know. But we will have to see in the near future. But let's keep going. Birthday reflections. On my 100th birthday, I have a lot to reflect on. I've had success in business getting Enfield Enterprises back on top. The outlaw flow usage was an obstacle, yes, but I've never let one of those get in my way. I simply found a new way to rig the game. Appearance is everything. When I was young, Enfield Enterprises was known as the boogeyman of the weapons industry. Where there was war, Enfield followed. Now, we own the entertainment industry and the beauty industry. Every casino up and down the Aquindu coast bears our name. That's true power. Power father never understood, so obsessed with might as he was. True power isn't winning the game. It's defining the rules before the dice ever fall. And Mudan wept, but there were no more worlds to conquer. So there was a lot here, but for Amadeus, he is the heir to Enfield Enterprises, and this entry is probably we're gonna find out how he dies, but we'll see. But I don't know. But there's a lot here. Not only that, but we got like Enfield Enterprises, so that's gonna be something in lore theories. Enfield Enterprises, which is his and his father's operation, and then also we got a new area with the name of Aquindu Coast. So that could be another location that Singularity 6 explores. But it's wild. So because he brought Enfield Enterprises back on top, he was able to take control of everything. Like he did what his father couldn't do. It's interesting, but let's keep going. It's his 100th birthday too, so he's living a long life. Where is the thrill when I know I've won before the game even starts? I tried searching for new worlds, excavating old ruins, hunting dangerous monsters, cliff diving and mountain climbing. I've seen the top of the world, then looked down at the tiny ants below and felt nothing. I gambled away my fortune, only to have it return with little effort. I've challenged death and returned from the brink. I've won. This can't be all that remains of victory. Is this how every great leader felt when the battle was won? Not triumph, not joy, but emptiness. Is this why father abdicated? Not because he was weak and foolish, but because he knew something I had yet to learn. I could join him, leave the flesh behind, but what would that do for me? Eternity sounds awfully dull when you've already done it all. So what's interesting is he's run out of things to do. He's run out of purpose. He has no purpose. He's done everything he can. Amadeus has done everything that he's wanted to do. He's accomplished so much. What's interesting here, he's tried searching for new worlds. So he was following in Aloyn's footsteps a little bit, even though he hates his sister. So it's interesting. So it's wild. And he thought about doing what his father did, which was become basically a Galder or something. So wild to me that he's done everything and yet he still has no purpose. So Amadeus, he just doesn't have purpose at all, which is insane, dude. That's crazy. Let's keep going here. I refuse to accept there are no more worlds like father. He gave up to serve another, and I'll burn it all down before I do the same. There has to be more. Things no one has done before, perhaps since the last great man walked this world. It's said when King Mudan was young, he encountered the phoenix in a wellspring, and wrested the power of the gods from her beak. If he could do it, why not I? So I go north to cross the veil. With any luck, and I have plenty, I will return with the power to make new worlds and conquer them all. That's interesting. So, if we're led to believe Amadeus isn't dead, he's actually still alive. Still alive. So there's a chance he could have been the one to sabotage Flow. So, like, I've written down here, like, someone trying to disengage the Cosmos Protocol. Either Asta, Vera, or Tamala. Tamala, I don't know if she's the one who did it. She's still on the list because I think she could have done it. But maybe Amadeus is the new villain. And he's the one who tried to disengage the Cosmos Protocol. Because he's trying to look for new worlds. So he went north to cross the Veil. So it's not clear if he died of old age or... I don't think he's dead. There's no way he's dead. He's definitely still alive. He's currently looking for new worlds. And that is wild. So when he comes back, or maybe he is back, he's going to bring us to... He's going to conquer... Man, I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. Like, I think if he gets revealed in the story as a villain, he's probably going to be taking us to a new world. But this guy, he's a conqueror. He's done it all, and he's just looking for his new purpose. So there's a good chance we're going to see Amadeus again, but it's not clear when. And we have more. We have what, 2 more lore entries, and then that's it with the Enfields. So let's keep going. Note from Amadeus's vault. It's done. My experiments into probability manipulation have resulted in a ring like no other. Fate has no power over the one who wears this, for they make their own. That's a Destiny reference. That has to be, right? Fate, make your own fate. I don't know. Maybe I'm reaching. Take care, whoever finds this vault, that you don't make the same mistake I did. The results aren't as important as the hunt. Okay. So that's the relic we got. Letter to Father. Dear Father, while you of course know I have the utmost respect for your studies and understand their importance to the future of Palia, which is the world that we're in, the disturbances caused by your destructive testing nearby to my lab has been just the slightest bit disruptive. In fact, I believe just last week you blew up one of my favorite interns. While she survived the experience, she understandably took the rest of the week off, which made me behind on my own projects. I would ask that, if possible, you could relocate your experiments elsewhere, or at least try to avoid my favorite assistants next time. You can always target Bradley. He's been a real stick in the mud lately. Gratefully, Amadeus. So, Bradley, I guess that's another character we get to put into the lore. So this is basically like a letter to his father, basically saying like, "Hey, can we not be screwing around?" You know. But Amadeus, I think, is going to be either an ally or a villain. Because Aloyne seemed like the one that wasn't so much of a villain, but like Belafonte and Halvard are villains for sure. Amadeus, I mean, he's either a villain or he's a good guy. There's not really a way to tell, but he's a conqueror, so I think we gotta watch out for him for sure. But that is all of the lore entries for the Enfields. Their story's not over for sure. I mean, like Aloyne, Hallward, Belafonte, they're all done. Amadeus and Major Domo definitely still have a role to play in the story, so I'm sure we'll see Amadeus maybe at the end of, you know, whenever the next expansion launches. Who knows? There's a good chance we might see him. But anywho, that's going to be the video for today. But thank you guys for watching, hanging out. I appreciate it a ton. I will see you guys in the next video. And yeah, goodbye.